Well, how do we think? This is JC. Um, I had this little experience, and I call it How Do We Think? I sat down in my great chair and kind of dozed off for a little while. I'm not sure how long, not very long, but a little while. I woke sometime later and I realized it was getting dark a little too early. Oops. Guess what? The electric power was off. Oh, now I wondered about the food in the refrigerator, and I wondered if there was any water now, since our water uh, was pumped at a central pump by an electric pump for the park. I worried about it getting cold inside my home, and so I lit some candles, just enough to give the place sort of a faint glow. I considered this a very scary, a very spooky thing, having no electricity, no lights, no heat. Worry about the food spoiling in the refrigerator. Well, I sat quietly in my great chair for a while and just waited. Watched to see how quickly it would get dark inside the house compared to outside the house. I walked outside and I came back in for no reason, no good reason. I just felt like walking outside and coming back in, so that's what I did. What a bummer this was. Oh, after a while, I don't know how long, it seemed like forever, but it probably wasn't more than 20 or 30 minutes or so. I got up and I started walking into another room. But something was different. Something was wrong now. All of a sudden, it wasn't the same as it had been a few minutes ago. It was different. And then it struck me. The electricity was back on. Gosh, the lights were back on. I could see. It took me a while, an instant, to realize what this was, what had happened. All of a sudden, it made things different. And that's what it was. The electricity just came back on. You know, there was no loud wailing sirens. Now the electricity's back on. Wow! There was no loud clap of thunder that said the electricity is back on. There was no wailing of voices. Ah! There wasn't anything. The lights were just back on. They just came back on. Without even as much as a whimper. The lights just came back on. And that's my story. That's how I tell it. I hope you'll accept it for whatever it's worth. Thank you very much. This is JC. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn the light back off. Click.